Got the carburetor unplugged, took a picture of how the linkage was set up, and what we're going to do is pull the hose clamp off the fuel line, and I just have a cap here I'm going to plug the fuel line with, and then we're going to take the carburetor apart and see if we can find where it's plugged. So there's a float. When that goes down, it should allow the fuel into the bowl. Then we have a couple jets. So when the air is going through the carburetor, it should pull the fuel past, like a Venturi effect, and bring the fuel in. And then we also have this priming bulb. So when you press that, it should squirt fuel in because it needs a rich mixture to start when it's cold. So we'll just check all the passages one by one, make sure they are clear and free. So the float works. So best I can tell, everything's free except for this plug is what goes to the bowl, seals to the bowl, but it threads in into here where that jet into the body of the carburetor is. And there should, I believe, this hole on the side, tiny little dealy right there. Oh, focus. There we go. A little tiny hole there, I believe, should be free, and it's plugged. So we're going to see if we can free that up. I'll have to look inside there to see if there's supposed to be connectivity between these two and the inside of here. And maybe that's why we're starving for fuel. So often, to find something that tiny to unplug that hole, I'll take a chunk of wire, cut that apart. But there's a spring, a little clip that holds the plug for the float. So I think that pin is actually small enough. There we go, see? So that is small enough to poke through there and dislodge any shat that's in there. So I'll get it cleaned up. See if there's any other plugged areas. It's tough to see, but I can actually take the end of this little clip and I can push it down. So that means that there is an actual passage between these two and the bottom, as well as this little hole in the side and the inside of this body. So I'll get those cleaned up so that we have proper flow of fuel. So I think we're good now. You can't really see it, but you can hear it. So we got passages open. We'll get this thing back together, back on, see if we got fuel from the carburetor now. Yeah! Yeah, buddy. Here we go. Lawnmower is back alive, back in business. And all it was those two tiny passages into the carburetor from the bowl. Clean that out with shat, or from the shat, and it's alive again.